Well, basically, I will tell you where is the problem. I will tell you exactly where is the problem. They think that we are the actual virus and they want to get rid of us. Okay, I will repeat. They think, those people behind the scene think that we are the virus and they want to get rid of us. The reason why they want to get rid of us is because they think that there are way too many people on this earth and they would like to depopulate the earth. So this is the truth, and this is exactly what is happening right now. No matter how much you think that this is crazy, no matter how much you think that this statement that I've just said is absolutely mental, but this is the actual exact thing that is going on at this very moment in time all around the world. It is not good that we are actually having the whole society break down. It is not good that we have all been locked in our own homes, in our own house. Some people call it a lockdown, but I'm calling this a prison. Because we have all been imprisoned in our homes. It is not good for us to be inside. It is not good for us to be indoors all the time. And also, when they say like, oh yeah, you can go outside, to have the exercise for an hour. Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much for allowing us to have the exercise for an hour. How nice of you. But then on another hand, when you think about the prisons and things like that and the actual prisoners in the actual prison, I mean, never mind the bloody fact that they're actually letting them out. They are letting the prisoners, some of the prisoners, out of the prison. There have been talks that this is what they're going to do because they're worried about them catching a virus. So here we have this crazy society breakdown at the moment where these people behind the scene are actually care more. They care more about the people in the prison and now in the actual prisons, while they're putting us, normal people, they're locking us inside our own homes. This is absolutely crazy, and this is most certainly not normal, because this is what it happens. You're locked in your own home. You can go out for an hour. And the things are becoming absolutely ridiculous. We really have to wake up. We really have to understand that we have been fooled. We have been fooled all around the world. These things didn't need to go as far as they possibly did. This is absolutely crazy, and it's becoming rather ludicrous indeed in many different ways. I mean, like what's happening here in the UK at the moment is just really becoming rather crazy. While they are doing these essential works, when I say essential works, you know what am I referring to? While they're installing essential work, how they like to call it, you see, at the same time we have been locked in our own homes, but then at the same time, what's happening with the police, it's absolutely crazy. It's becoming mental. I don't blame every single police officer. Of course, they are the good ones and they are the bad ones. And the police are doing their job. They think that they are doing their job properly. But I'm afraid I don't think they are at the moment, because basically what they're doing is they're just taking their orders. Yes, they're taking their orders from somewhere above, of course. But what is happening right now, when I find it absolutely crazy, is that, like people are getting policed, for going to the shops. Oh no, you're just standing too close to one another. Oh no, you didn't buy an essential item. Oh, what items have you bought? And there was like this police officer in the UK, he was saying, oh, if you're not buying the items that are not essential, listen to this is absolutely mental. If you're not buying the actual items that are not essential, they're gonna do something to you or whatever, you're gonna get arrested or whatever, this is crazy. And then later on, things went so far that particular police officer said that they're not going to do this. This is what they said later on. They said that they're not going to do this. So they're not going to police you and your basket, in the shop. whether you are buying essential items or not, because you should be locked in your home, you see, and you need to make sure that you don't talk to anybody. You need to make sure that you stay away from each other. People, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is getting really crazy, and it's getting completely out of order, okay? But the police also started like coming into the people's, like not only gardens, like the front garden. The policewoman came into the man's front garden the other day, and she said to him, go inside, like, and the man was like, what, you're telling me to go inside in my own front garden? Yes, she said, yes, go inside, absolutely crazy. What just happened also is that the police went into the actual man's home, you know, they broke into this person's home here as well, and because they thought that this person has got illegal social gatherings in their home. The police was worried that this person had an illegal social gatherings at home, and they decided to break in, and the man went absolutely crazy. Full right, of course. It's mental. This is absolutely crazy. They literally broke into this man's home, and they had like where is an illegal social gatherings? This is absolutely crazy. Absolutely mental. And this is what's actually happening right now. Don't these people have any better things to do? Don't the police have any other things to do to catch the criminals, the actual real criminals, maybe, perhaps, you know? This is getting completely out of order in so many different ways. And that's why I'm saying that this is the complete society breakdown, because now also, you know, this like social distancing, absolute nonsense, absolute and utter nonsense. You do understand that there is so much going on behind the scene. You do understand that these people have been planning this for a really long time. I mentioned in my previous video, these people are completely devilish in many different ways. They do not think like I think. They do not think like you'd think. As I said, they think we are the actual virus on the earth, and they want to get rid of us. Whether you believe this or not, maybe it's time to, you know, start believing it and start to expand, you know, your search, you know, when it comes to these things, and try to do some kind of read up, and you will see exactly what I'm saying here. Because this is just basically, when it comes to this social distancing, you know, this is all kind of part of the plan, and it's all coming from the Nazi Germany. These people are obsessed with Nazi Germany. These people are obsessed with Nazis and all these fascists and all this thing. You know, if we go back, sometimes back, it doesn't have to be that long ago, when majority of the problems started, when these people started calling everybody Nazi, you know, suddenly everything changed. You know, the people started calling each other Nazi, fascist, this and that, and it's like, oh my lord, where are you coming from? Nazis, you know, they were like in the German, like in the Nazi Germany, like in the war, you know what I mean? But because it's designed by these particular people, this is exactly the same design that they use in pre-Nazi Germany, in pre-Nazi Germany before the First World War. This is what they were doing. This is exactly what it happened, you know, and it's like you always think like, oh yeah, Hitler, you know, Hitler did this, Hitler did that, Hitler did this, Hitler did that, but you know what, at the end of the day, it wasn't even about the Hitler, because Hitler was picked by these people, Hitler was directed by these people, Hitler was paid by these people, Hitler was financed by the same group of people. So this is exactly what they're doing. They're recreating the same thing, my people, and it's dangerous, because now we are getting to the stage where people are just gonna start like really reporting each other. This is the worst thing that could possibly happen. This is the worst thing that could have possibly happened in this particular case, unfold in such a way, because social distancing, there are a few different elements of aspects to it. It makes people really paranoid, it controls people, it frightens people, it makes people really scared, you know, but it makes people really paranoid, and this is when people become really vulnerable anyway, and just everybody is trying to keep their distance, because you're gonna get this bloody virus, you know. But this is all part of this particular process. This is all part of this particular game. As more this goes on, the more difficult it is going to get back to some kind of normality. We have to wake up. As longer this goes on, the more difficult it's going to be to get back to the actual normal life, to the normal society, you know. And this is very, very important to pay attention to, because because what happens with this social distancing is that the people are drifting away. We are drifting away from one another, and then in many different ways we are prevented to talk to each other. We are prevented to give the certain information to each other, and this is what I said before, because they don't want us to talk. They don't want us to say things to each other, in particular if we worked something out, if we worked exactly what is going on, and if we worked out exactly what is happening right now. And the social distancing is actually going to make people to drift apart from each other quite a lot, actually. And by doing this, people just kind of start seeing each other like enemies, and then people are just going to start like checking each other out. And this is how crazy this all goes. Everybody goes against everybody. This is what they did before the First World War. This is how they started the First World War. They managed to wind up everybody literally against everybody. And I'm saying this when it comes to us, when it comes to the people, when it comes to the humanity. We have to wake up, because at the moment they're trying to break us down, not only the society, but they're trying to break down every single part and every single element of the society. And now they're reaching in a crucial stage. We can still come on top of this, we can still get together as humans, as a people around the world. We need to wake up, and we all need to get together. We need to wake up, no matter who we are, no matter what we are. We need to wake up and get together so we can win, basically, because this is a literally war against the people, war against us. Okay, we are their enemy, believe me or not. And this is how they're silently doing things. This is why they explode. They explode if you talk about this particular network, that network that they're bringing up, that network that they're completely crazy about, and they're all telling you, no, there is nothing wrong with this network. There is nothing wrong with this vibration. There is nothing wrong with this dangerous radiation. No, nothing wrong with it. What they did, there was a petition in the UK. This is another thing I was going to say when it comes to this network that they're bringing up. When I say network, what am I talking about? Number 5, okay? Number 5, that network, there was a petition in the UK. That petition in the UK was deleted. My gorgeous people, there is no democracy anymore. There is no democracy. You need to understand, we've passed that stage a long time ago. The petition in the UK had over 120,000 signatures, and it was about that we don't want this network. Number 5, which network? Number 5, we don't want this network. We don't want this to be in the actual UK. We don't want this in the whole world, but people are being completely ignored. So that petition that I'm talking about, and it's to do with 5G, there you go, it's to do with 5G. That petition that I'm talking about, it was completely deleted in the UK, and that's not fair. That's not good. And they said, oh no, they know, they know better than you. No, we know. No, you don't fucking know. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't know better than we know, And this is what they're saying. They're just trying to shut you down and just to say, no, this is absolutely fine, but it's no, baby, it's not fine. This is exactly what they're doing while we are while we are sleeping, because they're making us really dizzy already. They increased the actual level of fluoride in the water at the same time. The fluoride is a dangerous chemical which also can do to you all sorts of things. It prevents you to think the way you would normally think. So that's another thing that they're doing. But also at the same time, they release all sorts of things in the air which makes us really dopey. And then on another hand, the actual vibration of this, like 5G and all that, this is just doing things already by making us feel really, really tired. And that on another hand affects you in so many different ways indeed. And it also like kind of, instead of making people feel active and be active, then people just end up being tired. I had reports from all around the world where people are saying that they feel really tired and it's all really bizarre and it's all really strange. And this is why I say that this is what they're doing already. Even if you haven't got a 5G like around you in your area, it doesn't matter, because this can all be done through the satellites already, so it doesn't really matter. So if you feel tired, like the majority of people in this world is feeling tired at the moment, the majority of people in this world have noticed changes, that the things are happening, but also the majority of people have noticed that there is something bizarre going on with the animals. You can get and understand so much from what is going on in the atmosphere, in the energy when it comes to the actual animals. People have also reported that they have like some kind of like a burning sensation, like they can smell like some kind of burning around them, burning sensation on their throat, burning sensation when they're swallowing. This is nothing unusual. This is absolutely nothing unusual, and it's to do with this rather dangerous radiation. But whatever you say, they just say to you straight away, no, this is not true. This is like an essential infrastructure that they need to build, blah, blah, blah. And it's a complete bollocks. It's a complete nonsense, because it's happening while we are asleep. As I said, it's happening while we are dopey. Do you know what I mean? But on another hand, while we are really asleep at night, this is when these people go to work quite a lot. So you tell me and you explain to me how come that this is not weird, that this is not bizarre, that this is not dangerous. Then on another hand, you know what is they do as well? They actually use like a fake tree, fake stone, fake chimney. And these are the things that they use. They make a fake tree, literally. This is ridiculous. And out of this fake tree, they put in the actual 5G. This is absolutely mental. But this is what these people do in order to hide this, because they know that people are awake and people woke up now, and so that's why they're just like a little bit, maybe they had to like change things a little bit. Because on another hand, I don't know if you've noticed that this certain person, you know, who want to like inject everybody, you know, now suddenly he's like coming up everywhere. And what is really interesting is that that person who wants to like inject everyone, you know, it's mental. This is crazy, people. This is absolutely crazy. You don't need too many dots to connect anymore after this moment in time. I think people are awake. And also what I said, that this person who's doing interviews at the moment, like you can see it like on YouTube, you can see it like on the BBC. There was a one on a BBC. Oh, how lovely. So much truth comes out of that nonsense, isn't it? But you just know this is nothing unusual. People know exactly what's going on, and people are not stupid. I know there are lots of people who refuse to wake up. People just refuse to wake up, and it pisses me off, you know, so much sometimes, you know, because people are like fighting. No, you need to stay at home. No, you need to stay at home. But you need to wake up and realize that the pure, an amazing, huge distraction is actually going to happen while we are staying at home. The reason why they want us to stay at home, it's not only because they're building this essential infrastructure, but there are other things that they're doing at the same time. But these things are terrifying as well. There are other things that are going on while they want us to stay at home. And this is, oh my God, this is really, really, really becoming scary. And that's why I'm just saying that it's basically, it is just like what I was going to say, that the interview that this person, do you know which one? On the BBC. You look at the comment section, and that's on the YouTube. So this is what's really unusual. How come, like, the BBC never, ever, ever, they never allow free speech? Of course they don't, because that would have been done long time ago. But they never allow free speech, in particular when it comes to commenting on their videos. So now if you look at the YouTube and you see this person who had an interview on a BBC, you will see the comment section is suddenly open. Then you see that person is having an interview, like in America as well, a popular female show, blonde woman. Yeah, so this person is also having an interview with her, and also you will see that the comment section is actually open, but these people never leave the comment section open. In particular when it comes to the actual BBC, look at the comments, people. People are awake. People know what's happening. People don't want to get injected. This is absolutely crazy. This is completely out of order, and this world is turning into something absolutely scary if we allow this to happen. These people don't want us to be here. These people don't want us on this earth. These people are really, really scary. And I was going to say that the reason why they left it comments, now suddenly how come that BBC left the comments? And it's terrifying, because it's refreshing to see how many people are awake, how many dislikes this video has, how many likes this video has, but how many dislikes in particular versus likes. You know, people are most certainly awake. But what these bastards are doing at the same time, they're playing it with us. They didn't leave these comments because they know that people are awake, indeed. But the reason why they left comments now suddenly is because it gives us something to think about. They're playing with us again. They're playing with us, they're laughing at us, they're taking piss out of us. What they're doing right now is they want us to focus on these comments, they want us to think about it, they want us to talk about this, they want us to write about this, and just use our energy in order to think about it, because they will know that this is something that is going to take our attention for a while. Why? I will tell you why. Because it's going to make like a lot of people around the world to read already what they know. It's going to scare them, and this is another factor that these people really like. But above all, they're trying to hide the fact that there are lots of essential infrastructures being erected around the world as we speak. They want to prevent the fact that lots of these infrastructures, you know, these 5G things are like keep on popping up, like keep on being erected like all around the place like there is no tomorrow. But in order for us to shut up and just forget about it, they have to keep on changing things, they have to keep on lying, they have to keep on like bringing things up in order to take our attention and to think about it a little bit. They know we don't like it, they know we don't want it, they know how we feel about these people, monsters shall I say. But this is exactly what they're doing, so they can have more time in order to erect as many of these things that they can possibly erect. We the people, we don't want this. We the people, we worked out what is actually happening, and it's not nice. And it's just like, you know, in this world, you know, there are like three different type of people. There are three different type of people in this world. People who know, okay? Type number one is people who know. Number two, people who are willing to learn. Number three, people who are never going to learn. People who don't want to learn and who are never going to learn. Okay? So those in number three scare me. Who are not going to learn and who are not willing to go to learn, because now it's important to understand what is actually happening, because only us people, by waking up and getting together and stopping this, can actually do something. Otherwise, we are just being led into our own end, basically, if we don't wake up. These people are crazy, these people are scary, they don't care about your health, they don't care about my health. If you don't realize that this is absolutely insane what these people did. They stopped the whole world, and it's just so scary, it's so dangerous. You know how powerful these people are, how powerful this evil force is. It's just absolutely mental. And how these people, they're like, it's all full of psychopaths, literally psychopaths who are sitting behind and just literally laughing at us. They are laughing at us. They're laughing at us being scared. They're laughing at us being paranoid. You know, they're laughing what they're actually doing to us. People, we need to wake up. Yes, it's a lot to do with this essential infrastructure, as they call it. It's everything to do with this. Please believe me. Please, we need to wake up. We need to get together, because this is just basically going to require for us, for the humanity, to have the greatest awakening ever and to stop this. Why are they bringing this to us? We don't want it. So many of us around the world have expressed that we don't want it, but they just don't care anymore. There is clearly no more democracy, and we just need to return to our normal lives. We need to reopen the world. We need to open the world. We need to reopen the world, and we need to get back to our normal lives, because this is not normal. Because as long as we are locked in, this is an absolute bullshit, and it's an absolute bollocks, and I'm sorry because of my language, but as long as we are locked in, the more difficult it's going to be. People, wake up. This is not like a fairy tale. This is a horror movie. No, this is a sci-fi movie that got upgraded itself into like a horror movie. Okay, so it's a sci-fi movie upgraded itself into a horror movie, because at the same time these people are using dangerous concoctions concoctions of chemicals in order to drag us all out, and in order to not to react to things in a normal way that we would normally that we would normally react. This is not the way to do things, and the world literally needs to be reopened. I'm so sick about this small amount of these devilish people who are just constantly taking piss out of us, who are constantly telling us what to do, what to say, what to think, for goodness sake. I'm so tired of these people, you know, because most certainly they're not normal people. These are the people who live in their own, like a glass bubble, you know. These are the people who have just been brought up in a completely different way to us, but most certainly they are not even the people anymore. And it's a dangerous little amount of people who are literally running the world, and this is what they are doing, and they just treat us like we are a virus and like they want to get rid of us. And that's why I'm just saying this is just so important to actually stop at the moment. At the same time, you know, they're just making everybody so loopy. These people are so clever, but in a bad way being clever, in a dangerous way being clever. And as what I said before, it's just like they're making us loopy. Now it's the final stage. I mentioned this before in my previous video, and it's important to say this again, because now they're going to fight us all up against each other. So John is gonna go somewhere like a next door or whatever, and then the person next door is just gonna phone the police or something. Oh, John just went somewhere the second time. John went out the second time. And then, oh, Maria just went out like the third time today. Oh my God, Maria went out third time today, and I'm stuck in the house for so long. Oh, Michael just went back like 4 hours later. Where was Michael for 4 hours? He wasn't at work. You know, this is absolutely mental, and they're just gonna get us against each other like this. This is crazy. This is what these bastards want. Remember, this is exactly what it happened before the First World War. Before the Hitler took over, he managed to get everybody to fight against each other. He managed to get everybody to be against everybody, and then it was so easy to take over like there is no tomorrow. With the police acting really weird, acting really bizarre. You know, on one hand, who wants to see their police clapping to the sky? They're clapping to the bloody sky. Who wants to? Yay! Who wants to see the police clapping to the sky? Who wants to see the police dancing on a baby shark? Who wants to see the police putting like a makeup on and prancing around like idiots? Who wants to see the police like dressed up like clowns and like dance around? No! We want the police to be serious. We want the police to be proper. We want the police to be, you know, to professional and to protect us, not a clown around. But this is all part of the plan. This is what they've been told to do above. This nurses dancing, you know, this nonsense, this nursing dancing around. Did you see it recently? It's insane. It's not normal. But this is what they're doing again. Listen to what I'm going to say now. It's to do with the divide. They just want to divide us so much, because now you're watching all these videos of nurses dancing, which is ludicrous, and it's most certainly shouldn't be done. Like, if people are dying of COVID, of this bollocks around them, like so much, they're in the rooms, I assume, dying, and they're like dancing around. You see how crazy it is? No, baby, no, baby, you don't dance. If there are people like dying around you in the rooms, they can't get a fresh breath, you know, to breathe, you know, on these machines, you know what I mean? And you're dancing around? No, baby, no, you don't do this. You see, it's the same with the police, but they just end up clapping at each other, you know, clapping at each other, and this is all part of the plan to all divide us, okay? To divide us, and also while people are clapping, at the same time, something else is happening. This is also the thing. Yeah, while the people are clapping, yay, clapping to the sky. Stop bloody clapping and wake up and smell the coffee and see what's happening around us. See what's going on. Stop bloody clapping. Because they tell you to clap. You're so clowns, you know. They say to people to clap at a particular time. Why do you think is that? Oh, every night at 7, at 9, at 10. Oh yeah, we're just going to clap at that particular time. You see how stupid this is? Because something is happening, that they're creating a really huge bang, that they're creating a bang that will be created like at around 7 p.m. when they're meant to clap, and then the bang is the work is covered by the noise of clapping. So when there is a noise of clapping, when they're clapping, you know that at the same time something is happening around that area. They're building something that they shouldn't. Okay, so wake up and stop bloody clapping. Do you see what I mean? That's another thing. But on another hand, looking at the big picture, this is all to divide us. This is all to divide us. This is all coming down to this particular essence of the whole thing, in order to divide us and in order for us to start like seeing each other like an enemy, so we can't get together. No, people, we need to wake up. We are going to get together. We are going to grow stronger. We are going to realize what is happening. But for those of you that knows what's happening, God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. But for those of you who are wondering, who just can't believe what's happening, I really ask you, I urge you to do your own research and see that I'm right, that what I said is truth. The society is breaking as we speak. It's becoming mental, but at the same time, they're coming out saying, oh yeah, no, we want the new world, we want the new world. No, we don't want the new world. We just want the world to be back to normality. We want world to be back to what it was before. We don't want new world, oh yeah, new world. This is what I've been getting, all these mental messages. Oh, it's going to be new world, it's going to be beautiful. Shut the fuck up, man. What? No, we want the new, we want the world how it was, like to return back to the normality, to the normal world. Okay, this is what we want. We want the normal world to and this is what we really want. But I just urge everybody to just please just do your own research. If you don't believe me what is going on, as I said, for some of you that are awakened, thank you Jesus, that you're awakened. That's absolutely brilliant. But for those of you who are not realizing what is actually happening, this is happening right now as we speak. And if you don't find this situation bizarre and weird, God help you. I hope that you are going to wake up, but it's time to wake up, my gorgeous people. We need to do something, because all this, like, you know what I mean? Like, as I said, it's very dangerous. Like, the internet is just like so bizarre, and it's all like on their side. It's all controlled by them. It's just becoming absolutely ridiculous. And then, as I said, you know how much I dislike Twitter. In particular, I dislike that particular social network, because it's not a real world. It's as far from the real world as it could possibly be, because it's designed by them, it's run by them, it's manipulated by them. And when I say by them, I'm saying your enemy. It's not the real world, because it's the world that they want to project onto you. Same with all these false figures, same with the fake news, like a false figures, just to scare you, just to petrify you. And also their own celebrities they have, also their own scientists they have, which are not even scientists. They have all these historians that are not even normal historians. It's all absolute and utter nonsense what's going on Twitter. And in particular, I hate it, because whatever you do, they're just going to try to turn out the situation in their flavor. Yeah, right. In their favor by the comments, because this is how they control people. Some celebrity, so-called celebrity blue tick, like a celebrity says something. I said this before, and then lots of people psychologically go down to read the comment, and by reading the comment, lots of people like make up their own mind by reading the comment. In particular, those people who are uncertain, and this is what these bastards on Twitter do, and this is what they play on the actual answers. So one of them says something completely ludicrous, something completely crazy, which is not completely true, which is complete disinformation, okay? And then you get all sorts of answers that are like pumped up, all sorts of answers with like thousands and thousands of likes, and thousands of retweets. But this is what they do them to themselves in order to manipulate people, because they know that the people are going to read the tweet, and then they're going to read what's saying underneath, and then what's going on underneath very often is going to help to make up the person's mind who is actually reading this, because person is going to think, oh, am I the only one to read this? It's naive people who think like this. But these are the people that they're taking advantage out of through like social networks that are rather scary, like Twitter. And this is why I always single out the social network, because I don't like it, and I knew it was as fake as anything from the first time I was on it. So that's why I'm saying it's just so important to do your own research, and just take your own common sense, with things like that. At the times like this, we really, you know, I mean, it's all up to us. It's all up to the actual people to wake up, you know, because if we don't wake up, I don't think it's going to be good. You know, we always think like, oh yeah, you know, we are smart now, we are more intelligent for some reason, and we are more advanced than the people like before, like people 100 years ago, people 50 years ago, people 200 years ago. But Egyptians, they hide about Egyptians so much. They hid from the about the Egyptians and about the Egypt. It's so much hidden from us. They know there was so much about that civilization that was going on and that happened that they actually hide from us. But that's the whole different story now. I like Egypt and that civilization, by the way, but what I was going to say, that we tend to think like what was happening like 50 years ago, 100 years ago, you know, that we are more clever now, that we have progressed with like within the society, with all the gadgets and techno and all that technology. But this is not true. This is absolutely not true. You know, it's like when it comes to an incredible Nikola Tesla, you know, they've hid so much about this absolutely incredible human. They hid so much about this amazing man from all the way back then that it's only coming out now. This man was incredible, but of course they had to hide things about him. But my point is, like, for example, you see, it's exactly the same thing what happened like before the First World War in Nazi Germany. You know, people were clever, people were intelligent, people were amazing. They were doing all sorts of like tests. They were completely into science. You know, everything is just like it is. You know, people were just really clever, but they managed to get tricked into it. Such a clever nation, clever people, they managed to get tricked into it. They were tricked into it. They were tricked into the First World War. And the way they were tricked into it, it was just like this. What's happening now, it happened before, because they're using exactly the same model. Okay, so that's why I'm saying they were tricked into it. Do we want to get tricked into the war? No. Do we want to get tricked into some kind of danger? No. Do we all want to die? No. Okay, but this is why it's enough of this fear. They're using this fear against us until they completely destroy us. Let's just wake up before it's too late. I'm not saying it's going to be too late, but I'm just saying now it's time to wake up, my gorgeous people. As more of us are awakened, you know, the quicker it's going to be to get back to some kind of reality and to get to the bottom of this. Please, let's just wake up. I love you all so much. Sending you brightest blessings, love and light. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.